May I request everyone to please settle down? We'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, kindly put your mobile phones on silent or sleep mode. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With thunderous applause, please help me to welcome Master of Ceremony for this evening, Head of Sales Amway India, Mr. Apurva Kumar.
Good evening. Namaskar, Sasyakal, Vanakkam. A very, very warm welcome to all of you to this historic event today. And really happy to see so many known friends sitting out here. And it's really, really exciting to be part of this meeting that we have started today evening. And, so it's an exciting day today. Part of a lot of things that we have done this year has been really about how we look at India and what we are looking at, the future of India. We started the year with a meeting with Doug. And he was here, Doug DeVos, and he was here, all of you were here with him. And then we had our global leadership team coming in. And now we have our global CEO who's here. So please give a big round of applause. We are known for the warm welcome that we give to our guests. I would also like to ask you to give a big round of applause for yourselves as well, because you represent not only your businesses, you represent the entire country. So a very, very warm welcome again. And as we continue this, meeting, we will start off with the national anthem. So I would request if all of you could stand up for the national anthem.
गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा
much. Please have a seat. So as I said, it is going to be a very, very interesting and exciting evening ahead. We have a complete leadership team sitting here. All the diamond and above leaders from across the country are here. And it is actually, going to be a very exciting evening because all the leaders are not only going to be talking and listening to what is going to happen on the stage, but all your teams are also going to be listening to this particular event because we are live streaming it. So that is something that is going to happen. So along with all of you, your LOSs, all the ABOs across the country are also going to be listening to this particular meeting. How exciting is that? Yep. And as I mentioned at the very start, this is an honor and privilege for me because we are talking about India and the focus that the company has, the commitment that the company has on the Indian market. And today we have, apart from Michael Nelson, our global CEO, again, I hope you're okay. So I would request for a big round of applause again. I think we had a small incident, but the man is brave. And thank you, Michael, for coming to India. Would request a big round of applause for Michael. We also have Luke Neuenhaus, who's our Chief Sales Officer, and he's the Regional President for Southeast Asia and India. So a very warm welcome to you as well. This is, I believe, Luke's 4th visit to India this time around, and I think, this is talking about his commitment and passion for the Indian market. We also have Joe Lanstra. He's the Vice President for East Markets, Enterprise Financial Planning and Analysis. So warm welcome to you as well, Joe. And we also have Travis Scales, his first visit to India. Travis Scales is the Director for ABO Incentives. So I'm sure, you would all be excited to have him here. ABO Incentives is all very close to all our hearts, right? So you should have a big cheer for all of them. So tonight's event is going to be extremely, extremely exciting, that I can tell you, because we have got a glimpse of what is it that we are talking about. We are looking at the future together. We are talking about partnership, how to strengthen that, how do we take it forward. And I think what we are looking at is an amalgamation of, a lot of things that have happened over the last couple of, months coming to fruition and being able to say that, okay, this is the time for us to now move and get the business moving to where we want to be, right? And so as we get into this meeting, we have made some arrangements so that what is getting communicated from the stage to you is fully, communicated, and therefore we have this time around arranged for translations. And like we had done in the previous meeting, this time also we have some senior leaders who are helping us with the translation. And what we will do is we will have these devices on your desk that you see, and you can actually use these devices. We are translating into 3 languages. So obviously the language from the stage is going to be English, but we will have Hindi, Telugu and Tamil also. So when you see that device, there are certain channels that are there. So channel number 1 is Hindi, channel number 3 is Tamil, channel number 4 is Telugu, and channel number 5 is Bengali. So sorry, we have Bengali. And so what would be important is that you use those so that you can completely understand and get the entire message, as it happens from the stage. I would also like to thank all the leaders who are helping us do that. So we have for Hindi, Dr. Sudhir Arora. For Telugu, we have Sudha. For Tamil, we have Satish Raj. And for Bengali, we have Dr. Debapi Roy. So big round of applause for them. They have agreed to come and help us with this translation. And very, very exciting to have the entire leadership here today. And we will be, looking at all the messages that come in to us and to all of you from the global leadership team. But before we get into that, I would like to request and invite on stage the person who's the architect of the transformation that Amway is having in India. And that is something that we have started seeing the green shoots coming out of. So with your warm welcome and a big round of applause, I would like to request my upline and managing director for Amway India, Mr. Rajneesh Chopra on the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please settle down. Thank you. A good evening and a very warm welcome. I hope everybody had a wonderful Diwali. You enjoyed the protein bites? All of you did? I need a louder yes, whether you did or whether you did not. Yes. I want to again thank you for taking the time to be part of this very historic meeting, as Apoorv was mentioning. I know anytime I ask you to come and be with us, it's a symbolic of our partnership. But I also know that anytime I ask you to do that, there's probably one less plan shown, there's probably one less product sold. Right? So I acknowledge and I recognize that. So my biggest thank you is to you for taking the time out and being with us here today. So to get us going, what I would like to do is get some energy going in the room, which I would request all of you to stand. And I would like to clap for all of you and each other, all of us clapping for each other's success. Look around the room. Who are you clapping for? Right? Look around the room. Thank you. Thank you. You know, one of my aspirations and one of my dreams that I shared with you is about having a crown by each state and union territory, right? 36 crowns that we've talked about are going to be coming from this room. Do you believe in that? You do, right? So that's why I said, look at each other, because you could be looking at the next crown coming from India. And you make us very, very proud. I also want to thank Michael, Luke, Travis, Joe. It's great to have you back, all of you. And it's Michael's first visit. Michael's first visit to India as the president and the CEO of the company. And we are so happy to have Michael come out to India because, he has a wealth of experience, 3 decades of Amway experience behind him. And he is somebody who embodies our values, our culture. And so we are thrilled to serve under his leadership because he's somebody who you can hold to in front of our founders' fundamentals and our values at the same time. So thank you, Michael. Thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate it. So by the end of 2025, we would have had pretty much everybody from the global leadership team in India. What does that tell you? That tells you there's so much confidence and there is so much optimism on each one of you and what you're doing and where you're going to take this market. And this is a true testament of that. And it makes me very excited on the journey that we are on our A70 runway. And there's a lot of things that we have to celebrate today. The first one I want to talk about is our 10 years of manufacturing in India. Make in India, right? So we are celebrating our 10th year of Make in India. We are also celebrating our 90th year of Neutralite. That celebration should continue, right? How many brands you know which have that rich legacy behind them? We are also celebrating the 65th anniversary of Amway. And that continues, right? And on our runway to the 70th. Now, there are 2 other things that I want to tell you, which is very unique about us. We are one of the 3 countries which has a manufacturing plant. So, United States, China, and India. You should be very proud of the fact that we have our own manufacturing plant. We are one of the 4 countries that have invested heavily in research and development labs. So we have US, China, Korea, and India, which have their own research and development labs. You've heard me say that our time has come. Amway for India, India for Amway. And that's where we are standing right now. And this is a very important time. Last 18 to 24 months, we've seen some tremendous transformation. And I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about that. We are rebuilding trust and partnership. That's the first one, which I think is most important to me and to all of us, right? We are rebuilding our trust and partnership. And I understand because of the language, there's a little bit of delay. So I want to repeat it again, that the trust is very, very important. And that trust is now getting back into our business, getting back with what we are doing, and how we are co-creating many of these things together. Simplifying the business, I've already talked about it. That's a second big transformation that has taken place in the last 18 to 24 months. The actions on unauthorized selling. So I've said it to you, and I'll say it again, that there is no place in our business for people who are not going to be aligned to our values, right? Whether it's an employee or it's a business owner. It's the same yardstick. And I'm committed to doing that. We've had to terminate about 1,300 businesses over the last 18 months. And it pains my heart to say that, but it is the right thing to do to protect your business. And we are all committed to ensuring that happens. I would encourage all of you to start teaching and training as you do that every time, talking to people in your team. I have many leaders out here, sitting here, who have shared with me of examples of people reaching out to them, and they have actually said no to big volumes that were being asked from them. And it takes a lot of courage to say no. And it takes a lot of principles to say no. But always remember, there are no shortcuts to success. And principles and trust is built on exactly the same values and the same ethics. Reimagining the NCAs and recognition piece, I think that's been a very important one for us as we move forward. We restarted physical meetings. Many of you have been engaged with the physical meetings. And we've touched about 23,000 people in the opportunity meetings and 28,000 business owners in the BBSs that have been conducted. And that is going to scale up even further now. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. We are transforming our stores. That work is in progress. We are strengthening our reputation, which is so, so important. This past weekend, we announced a lot of critical work on quality assurance standards. And I want to spend a few minutes explaining to you what that would mean, because not all of you were part of that conversation. We had about 40 leaders who we started this work with over this past weekend. And this is the work that is going to help build the trust that I was talking about, right? This is the work that will help us build the credibility that I'm talking about. It'll align everybody to the values. It'll align everybody to the narrative of who we are and what we do going forward. What does that look like? I started by asking everybody a question, all the leaders who were there, and I said, how would you like to be known by A70? Think of one word that comes to your mind, people know you by. And I'll tell you, I'm asking all of you also to do the same exercise. I want you to write down, and we will collect it from you, our team will collect it from you, how would you like to be known by A70? Take the time, think about it, but do write it down and hand it over to us before you leave, right? It's a very important thing that we want to know where you are and what your thoughts are as you look at A70. Let me also share with you the path to the past that we had And many of you are successful from 1998 when the market opened. But the path to past success is not the road to future success. Why do I say that? The world has changed. We all know that. The world has changed, and it's changing dramatically, right? Expectations have changed. And that is the truth. That is the reality. What got us here is not what is going to get us where we want to go. And in this partnership, we've got to work together to ensure that we are facing that truth and we are facing that reality together, based on the foundation of our principles. What I always think about personally about leadership, it's not about what you say to me when I am sitting with you. It's about what you say to me or about me to others when I'm not in the room. That is what leadership is all about, right? And I want you to reflect on that for a second. And I want to quote Ratan Tata. This is a very important one to me, and I personally imbibed a lot in it. If your consumer buys once from you, you made a sale. If a consumer buys from you one time, you made a sale. If they come back to you, you build trust. Right? I'll repeat it again. If they come back to you, you build trust. And if they tell others about you, you build a brand. Right? Sales makes money. Trust makes brands. And that is where we are headed. And that is what we're going to do together. What makes us the #1 direct selling company for 13 years in a row? What do you think? What's unique about us? Let me tell you, it's all of you. First and foremost, it's all of you. That's what's unique about us. The second thing I would say is our values. And the third is our founders' fundamentals. And all of them put together is what makes us unique, and which is why we are the #1 direct selling company in the world. I have also requested all of you to stop thinking PV-BV and start thinking 10,000 lives. Instead of 10,000 PV, think about transformation of 10,000 lives. And each diamond does that. We would have transformed 5 million lives by the time we get to A70. That's the math that I have it in front of you. Each one of us has a responsibility to be able to do that. So we are perfectly poised. We have Amway India 30th year celebration in 2028, and then we have Amway's 70th global celebration in 2029. India is the only market which is perfectly poised for 2 years of massive celebration. And you are poised to make that your celebration, your success story. In closing, a quote that I always use, which is very important from a quality assurance standpoint as well as trust: your word is your worth, and your worth is your word. And I shared this with all the leaders, over this past weekend when I was talking to them, because to me it resonates tremendously, and I hope it does for you too. I am just thrilled about where our partnership is going, the transformation that I talked about. But most importantly, I am thrilled that I can see the visible signs of the 36 crowns that are in the making. And my commitment and my confidence in all of you is just getting higher and higher and higher each day. It gives me great pleasure now, and I would like you to all, I am very grateful for our partnership. The person I'm going to introduce to you next is my upline. The person I work with very closely every day is Luke Neuenhuis. And, his commitment to the market has been just incredible. And he just constantly asks me, Rajneesh, how can I support you? What can I do for you? What can I do for the marketplace? And that's the kind of leadership that you're looking for. That is what is empowering about Luke and his leadership style. So please put your hands together and help me welcome up Luke Nieuwenhuis.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Good, good, good. Thank you for welcoming us back here to Amway India. It's been an honor for me to start to really understand the needs of the market. And my commitment to Rajneesh, as he mentioned, is I'm kind of the lifeline back to the world headquarters. And so all of the things that we talk about here and the needs that we identify, the plans that we create, the goals that we share, I try to carry those back to our headquarters team. And so one of the commitments that I've made is each time that I come to India, I bring along representation from some of our functional areas at headquarters. And so tonight you see we've got Joe Lanstra, who's a returning guest for us, who's got responsibility for many of our finance functions. So if you have a question on levels of investment, what our long-term strategies for investment in the market are, Joe's a great guy to talk to. Additionally, we brought Travis Scales today, who works in our global sales division. He has responsibility for all of the incentive plans. So think about global award recognition, FAA, Core Plus, Core Plan. You might have questions about some of those things too. Travis is your person for that. They're both very tall, so you can't miss them, right? Both of them will be very helpful for that. You know, last time we were here with this group, we shared, I think, the same stage. And what we talked about are the things that are still on this stage. We have the founders' fundamentals and our values. We were honored to have Doug here. And Doug represents so much of what we believe in about the family and their commitment to the business, the values, and the founders' fundamentals. And when I came into the room today, to see the stage with the same words written on both sides is a symbol for all of us, because they don't go away. We're not going to take them down. I think if there was a time in our past where we had questions about the company's commitment or the family's commitment to those, I can assure you those days are behind us. There is 100% commitment to what we do as a company, what we believe in, what we represent, and how we bring that forward to the people that we engage in. So I was thrilled to see these words still on this stage. They will continue to remain the foundation and the backdrop of all of the things that we do. So one of the things that I have as a role is to serve as regional president. India is one of the markets that I work with and represent. And as Rajneesh mentioned, I've been here 4 times this year. In between each of those trips, what I do is bring some of the message back to our headquarters team. We talk about the goals, we talk about the strategy, we talk about the specific needs. And probably one of the most valuable things that I am able to generate from these discussions is hearing directly from you. What are your challenges in the business? What are your recommendations and your suggestions? And I can tell you through individual one-on-one meetings, small group forums, and in large forums, we have heard very consistent themes about how we envision Amway India in the future. I think collectively we're reassured by the level of trust and partnership and commitment that we have to each other. We see needs in product and product innovation. We see needs in digital and technology, and we want to make improvements in those areas as well. And we also see very specific needs in some of the reward and recognition programs that we work on together. I can assure you that your voices are loud, your voices are consistent, your voices are absolutely heard. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now, we brought to India our Chief Marketing Officer for Amway Global. We brought our Chief Operating Officer. We brought our Chief Research and Development Officer. And we brought our Head of Technical, Regulatory, and Quality Assurance. We spent a week talking about the product portfolio, product innovation, what we can do together between the support that the global team can provide and what we can do locally here in India with the resources that we have in research and development and manufacturing and supply chain. From that discussion, I can tell you we all walked away with very clear understanding of what the needs are. We see very clear opportunities, and we know that we have the resources and the expertise to be able to capitalize on those. So every time that we come to India, we do work to better understand how we can support all of you. The next trip that we have planned is to talk more about the rewards and recognition programs. Travis will actually, and his team, lead that process for us on behalf of the globe. And so I want you to have the assurance that there is an entire team behind you. Certainly what the people that you see and the leaders that you know here in Amway India, but also at headquarters as well. And the reason is because we have a tremendous amount of confidence in this market. It's been said in the groups that we've already met with today, Rajneesh mentioned it as well, this market is poised for tremendous growth. In fact, a few weeks ago, we had our Alticor or Amway Board of Directors meeting. And the representation on that board is several DeVos family members, several Van Andel family members, and we have several outside board of directors that help to shape and guide the direction of the company as well. John Parker and Andrew Schmidt and myself, who are the regional presidents for all of the Amway markets, we're giving a briefing on how we see all of the different markets progressing, where we see growth opportunities, where we see some challenges currently. And when we finished our briefing on the Amway markets, the first question was, tell me more about India. Tell me more about India. The questions were, what do you see as the growth opportunity? What should we expect in the future? How are things going? How's the level of partnership? And it was a great story, right? It's great to be able to convey back to the family members, the founding family members, DeVos's and Van Andels, that we have a tremendous confidence in the market. We see amazing growth opportunity and potential. And most importantly, we have a renewed partnership and a high degree of trust. So that gives us confidence in the future of what we can do together. So I was encouraged by that. I was excited, also a little bit nervous that was the first market that they wanted to hear more and talk more about. But I think it's a great signal, and it's a great message to all of us. And it's against that backdrop that we really want to understand, how do we move forward together? In a forum like this between leaders of the company and all of you as leaders, I think we have a good understanding of what we stand for, who we are, why we do the things that we do, and how we always try to interact and engage in people that we attract to this business in a way that is deep, with integrity and purpose, and a true meaning behind it of genuinely helping people live better lives. We want that to continue to be the backdrop and the foundation of this business going forward. Rajneesh mentioned the launch of the QAS program, or Quality Assurance Standards. That's one of the things that takes our partnership, I think, to a new level, because it's a mutual agreement between the company and leaders like you, but it's also an agreement among you as leaders of how you talk about the Amway business, how you engage people into it. What do you do at your events and your forums? How do you train? How do you educate? How do you fulfill the Amway promise in that vision in a way which is genuine, authentic, realistic, but also gives inspiration and aspiration to that next generation of leaders? So we're confident that QAS will help us develop a deeper level of partnership among each other, but also among all of us as leaders. We're confident that it will help you attract more people to your business, not just now, but for the next generation as well. We clap to that. Because I think what we offer is something that people are hungry for. They're interested in an entrepreneurship platform. That was a term used today with some of your leaders. I love that, right? It speaks about what we do in a way which is a robust platform of individual business entrepreneurship that allows each and every one of us to bring something special to it. Even though we carry the same banner of Amway, each of you as leaders bring something unique and amazing to your business. And that's our future, because we know more and more people are interested in being connected with something that's real, something that's tangible, something that gives them purpose and fulfillment. And so we're more excited than ever about what Amway stands for and what it can bring to so many people. And we're more excited than ever about the potential in this market with Amway. And the thing that gives us that confidence is all of you. And so if you're new here today as a higher qualifier, if you're someone that's been with us since the very opening of the market, we want to congratulate you and thank you for all of the work that you've done. We're always on a journey, but I can tell you at this point in our journey, we're anticipated and ready to make that next upswing in our trajectory. That's true for the market overall, but it's true for each one of your businesses. And so we're grateful for each and every one of you. We're glad that you're here with us tonight, and we look forward to continue to working with you in the years to come. Rajneesh mentioned we have 2 important milestones coming up. The 30th anniversary for Amway India, which is an amazing accomplishment, and right after that, A70, Amway's largest global celebration. So I want to encourage you to think about the goals that you set for yourself and your downlines and your businesses in terms that make sense in Amway, right? It might be a new level of achievement, it might be a new pin, it might be a number of downline qualifiers. But more importantly, I'd like you to think about it in terms of the impact that you can make to additional people that come into the Amway business. Be the bright light and the shining star for them of what you stand for and how you can continue to encourage them and bring them along in that journey as well. So thank you for being here. Again, we have a great opportunity here from Michael as well. So Rajneesh, I'll turn it back over to you to help introduce Michael. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause to Luke Nieuwenhuis. And thank you, Luke. And, he said something very valuable. If you heard about A70 and being the bright light for somebody's life, think about you will definitely be there at A70 to celebrate, but also start thinking about how many people in your teams you're going to bring to that celebration. I think that's where India will be looking at you as leaders about how many people you will bring. And those goals have to be put down now. And you start working towards those goals. Commit to yourself to those goals. And we are committed to helping you succeed in those goals together. And that's what partnership is all about. Partnership is all about just doing that. So thank you, Luke. Really appreciate those comments. And finally, now we have come to that moment where I'm sure all of you are eagerly waiting to hear from our president and CEO of the company. Just on a personal note, I can tell you, he is somebody so warm and caring in every word that he says and every word that he talks about. Every conversation that I've had with Michael is it's just been a very honest and authentic conversation. And his empathy comes out in his words and caring. One thing I must tell you about him is that, so back in my days in North America, every time I used to wake up in the morning and I used to go to the gym for a workout, I always had an aspiration, just like I'm sure everybody here has an aspiration. My aspiration was, can I go to the gym and beat Michael to the time that he comes to the company gym? And I could never succeed. So one day I actually reached the gym at 3:45 in the morning, and Michael was like, hey, have a great workout. He was just heading out. So I tell you, that talks a lot of volumes about Michael and who he is, but please put your hands and welcome Amway CEO and President, Michael Nelson.
Thank you, everybody. Please have a seat. It is such an honor to be with you, and it's certainly an honor for me to be in this role of President and CEO of Amway. As I walked into the room tonight, I watched the videos of Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, and it just brought back so many memories. My career at Amway started in 1989. So I've been with the company a long time, and I remember hearing Rich and Jay speak what you see on the stage here, our founders' fundamentals, and how passionately and authentically they talked about bringing the world freedom, family, hope, reward. That's what you do as leaders each and every day. And then it's how we behave. And so that's our values of partnership, personal worth, responsibility, and integrity. I know Doug talked to you about these earlier this year, but this is our foundation. And like any family, when we start to stray away from that foundation, we see challenges and issues. So you have our firm commitment. I want you to know and trust that these founders' fundamentals, these values are what direct us each and every day. And we are focused on you as Amway business owners. That's what I've learned over the last 36 years being in this business. We are successful through that partnership. We're successful because of you. And so, I know Rich and Jay would be so proud of each and every person in this room, what you're building, the resilience that you have in this business, and delivering on our vision. They talked about helping people live better lives. And that is what we're all about. That is what you do each and every day. One question that I've received many times over the last year since I've been in this role is, there's so many opportunities today. What sets Amway apart? What is our right to win in the marketplace? And I have no doubt that Amway has a right to win in the global marketplace and a right to win here in India. Let me point out 4 things. The first is our values. People want to be associated with an organization that has deep, authentic values. And this is a differentiator for us. These values that we talk about, for me, are truly a differentiator. The second would be community. One of the things we do so well at Amway is we bring people together. And in today's world where you look at the studies, there's an epidemic of loneliness. People are well connected because of their devices, but they aren't connected person to person. That's the beauty of Amway. We bring people together in community, and people are desperate for that person-to-person connection. The personal development they receive from you as leaders fulfills them as an individual. That's something that we can do that other companies simply can't. The third is business ownership. Think about the entrepreneurial nature of India as a country. People are entrepreneurs. And as younger people, perhaps they studied at university, but because of technology disruption, if it's AI disruption, what they studied may not be a career that they can have. But they can look to Amway as, I can own my own business. They can have the pride of business ownership. And that is something truly unique that we deliver. And the last is health and well-being. We are a few years coming out of the pandemic. What a disruptive time in our world. But what Amway brings, and as I talk to government leaders around the world, Governments are so concerned on the rising cost of healthcare. And oftentimes, that's after people reach a chronic disease and the government has to step in and people, they're in a disease state. What we do is on the front end, preventative health and well-being, so that people are taking care of themselves so they don't reach that chronic disease state and they can increase their health span. That's what all of us, I think, are looking for as human beings. Living a long life, but being as healthy as we possibly can for the longest period of time. So when, again, people ask me, are you confident in the future of Amway? My answer is absolutely. I am fully confident in the future of Amway. And part of that is because of you as leaders. And as Luke mentioned, we had our board of directors meeting just a couple months ago, and there were questions about India because they see the potential, just as we see the potential in this critical market. And as I think about the founding families of Amway, Jay and Rich made a concerted effort to ensure the continuity. And so the second generation of founding family members were intentionally developed to know the business, to love the business. And we're so fortunate that we've had Doug and Steve for the last several decades lead this business as their fathers did. And we are now preparing the next generation of founding family members so they equally understand the criticality of being great business owners, but also have a heart and a passion and a love for this business. And I tell you that because I want you to know this is a business the founding families are firmly committed to for the future, decades and millennia into the future. So again, as I look at this leadership summit that Rajneesh and team have put together, it's about you. It's about you as leaders. We are here in service to you, in partnership with you. We come listening. We want to know what we can do for you to help grow this market. And I want to sincerely thank Rajneesh, you for your leadership and the leadership team that you've assembled here. I remember this market opening back in 1998 and the promise that India had. We were so excited about the promise of India. And we have had our ups and we've had our downs. Let's recognize that. We're going to go back up because we will work together with trust going forward, with partnership going forward, and you have our firm commitment in that. So Rajneesh, to you and your team, we look forward to continuing to collaborate with you. We thank each and every one of you, and I know Amway India has a bright future ahead. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Kumar.
Thank you. Thank you. So first of all, on behalf of all the leaders, thank you, Michael, for the passion, the commitment, and also, I think what for the heart that you brought for the Indian market. And I think I would request all the leaders to really cheer for that, because I think what Michael is bringing in is hope. And I think that is what we all are looking at, right? We are looking at the hope that he's bringing in. And I think today we had a line of speakers here. I'd like to thank Rajneesh, because, he's been the architect of the change that is coming to India. And this I'm doing on behalf of the leaders, right? So And I would like to also thank Luke because, when he came on stage and he was speaking about the fact that he's the lifeline from India to global, I think he's doing a great, excellent job to that. And, we are looking forward to his, he's been the strongest cheerleader for us. Rajneesh keeps telling me that we have the strongest support from Luke about the India market. And I think we are all very confident in the leadership that is sitting here. And the entire ABO community that is looking at this meeting, I think there is an immense amount of confidence that we will be achieving what we have set out to. Right? So a big thank you to all of you for this evening. And as we proceed to the next stage, we would like to also start some celebrations. And this is coming from the zone that you would all have visited today. So Michael, we had done a A70 zone at the hotel where all the diamonds were staying. And we had a commitment wall, and we had a tracking wall, and we had a celebrate wall, right? So all the leaders here had, put up their commitment on what they want to achieve by A70. And I think some of the things that were spoken by Rajneesh and by Luke and you about not only in terms of the Amway business, but also in terms of the lives that they are transforming. So I was really happy to see some of those commitments that were happening there. And it was extremely, extremely heartening to see that the leaders are really thinking about A70, Amway India 30, not only as a milestone, but as a step to a bigger future. And people are not only talking about A70, they're talking about decades of growth that needs to start happening in India. So with that, we were talking about, we will have to have a lot of celebrations in the future. But Amway is always known for the recognition that we do with leaders who achieve their qualifications, who achieve a significant milestone. And so today we wanted to take the opportunity to really celebrate some of these new qualifications that happened in the previous year. And these have been really inspiring. They have happened in a state which has not been really in a very positive zone for some time. These leaders really stepped up. They displayed a lot of commitment, a lot of resilience to really achieve not only their qualifications, but support and change a lot of lives in that marketplace. And to really ensure that their leaders, their teams were growing, they were achieving their aspirations, and that helped them get to the level that they are. So today I'm going to be, very, proud to and be really happy to have these celebrations happen here. But before I call the leader, I would like to request Rajneesh, Luke, and Mike to be on the stage to help us facilitate these leaders. With your help, let me first of all bring in the first recognition that we are going to be doing. These leaders joined the business in year 2000. And they have really been working really hard with their teams. They grew the business to various levels. And the lady is a housewife, but she is a really, really, important person who has been leading the Nari Shakti, the women empowerment in the country. The husband had a job in Vizag steel plant. And sometimes we call him the man of steel in the Amway business because of the situation under which he built the business. And I know all of you would know who I am talking about. So please help me welcome with a really thunderous round of applause, Surya Kamari and Vara Prasad, founders of Diamond, and founders of Diamond. big round of applause. Thank you. I would request Rajneesh, Luke, and Michael to please stay on for the next celebration as well. And with a thunderous round of applause, again, we would like to request the next leader that we are celebrating to come. They are also a couple from the same state, and they have also built the business under the same situation and circumstances. Really inspirational story. This leader, was the youngest diamond in the region. And so, yeah, big round of applause. I know who we are talking about. The wife is a housewife, but again, a true inspiration, the way she supports her husband in building the business. The gentleman is actually an avid cricketer. He loves to trek. He's an IT professional. He lives his life to the fullest. And one of the most, exciting leaders, young leaders that we have. So with a big round of applause, please help me welcome Anjali and Raja Naren Tirumala, new founders, Executive Diamonds. Thank you. And so just one more big celebration that we have. And I think, it's really exciting to have so many celebrations, especially the fact that it is not just inspiring all of you who are here physically present, but it is going to inspire all the folks who are, connected to us virtually through the live streaming that we are doing. So the next leader that I'm going to call on stage has got a really phenomenal story. He joined the business way back in 2009. He drove the business to a particular level, faced challenges, decided to come back, try out new things. He started building communities. He started looking at the health and wellness space, and has been really able to do a lot of things with the community that, we have been working with, him. And so he's been achieving a lot of pins over the last couple of years. And this year again, he's coming back with another strong performance. So with your, support, a big round of applause for the next leader. We are talking about none other than Shashi Kumar, double diamonds, brand new double diamonds. to thank Rajneesh, Luke, Michael. You can please have your seats.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank all the speakers here today, all our guests from the global team. I would like to thank all the diamonds that have taken the time, as Rajneesh said. It's every hour that we take, it is one plan less shown, one product less sold. But I know that every hour for you is not just one plan. It is hundreds of plans and hundreds of products that you do. But we really appreciate the time that you have taken to come here. And so as we conclude this meeting, I would like to have all of you please give a big cheer to yourself and to Michael for coming to India. Over the last 1 year and the last 7 weeks that I have been in the company, what I have realized is that there is a huge amount of hope, there is a huge amount of positive sentiment in the market. And all the leaders are, as I'm discussing with them, looking at A70 and A30 as the launch pad for the next few decades in India. And I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of all the leaders sitting here to communicate to Michael that there is a lot of commitment in the market. A lot of leaders are looking at how we are going to grow the market in the next couple of years, and not just couple of years, into the next decades. So thank you all. Thank you very much. And just before we close the meeting, a few important announcements. We'll be having a group photograph that we'll be doing. And the way we will do it is that we will have people come out in, batches. So we'll have leaders from north, east, west and south go out in batches. I'll have my colleague come in and talk about it. He will help you and direct you in the direction that you would need to take to get to the venue where we're doing these photographs. We have planned a dinner for all our EDC and above leaders at a restaurant called Diya, which is on the ground floor. So I would request you to please follow our colleagues and they will guide you to that particular location. And for the rest of the diamonds, we have dinner set up at the pre-function area just outside this hall. So I would request you to please join us there for dinner. And I'm sure you're going to have a great and lovely evening. This has been an inspirational meetings, and I think you will go back thinking about what are the things that we will do to action some of the goals that we have taken for A70, A30. I have already committed on your behalf to the team here. So I'm sure you're going to ensure that you keep my word as we go down that road. Can I hear some yeses? Yes. Well, so thank you so much. Have a really great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry, direction of the photos.
Thank you so much. Let's give them a big round of applause. This should be exciting because this is India applause. Give them one more big round of applause. Now to make this moment a very memorable one, we need each one's cooperation out here. So we're going to be having a special photo session. Are you ready? Okay, now we're going to do it in a way. First batch will be the north and the east leaders. Wherever you are, please stand up. We would have our strategic account managers out there. They would wave their hand. Rest, please be seated. We will do this in a moment. North and east region.